Who kills the harlot?
The 10 horns.
The 10 horns. I don't know if you realize, but when the beast with the 10 horns rise from the waters, the woman doesn't rise. Have you noticed that the woman doesn't rise? Where is the woman? Where is the woman gone? Okay, how many of you have heard, just raise your hand, the woman is the papacy? You heard that? The harlot, the papacy. Okay. How many of you have heard that the beast in Revelation 13 is the papacy? Okay. How many of you have heard that the wounded head is the papacy? All right. Now, we need to make something clear here. Why is the Bible wasting our time giving us three different symbols, telling us that a woman is riding on a beast that has a wounded head, telling us that the papacy is riding on the papacy with a papacy wounded head, and the papacy, together with 10 kings, will actually hate the papacy and will throw fire upon the papacy? Can you realize that there's something doesn't make sense? It just doesn't make sense. It can't be the woman is the papacy, the beast is the papacy, the head is the papacy, the image is the papacy. And I'm thinking, why are you wasting our time here, Lord? Just giving us different symbols and those symbols interacting with each other if they're the same thing. You following? Okay, now it says, these, talking about the 10 kings, will make war with and the beast, because they are one with one mind with the beast. Verse 14, these will make war with the Lamb, and the Lamb will overcome them, for he is Lord of Lords. Talking about when that will happen, when the Lord, because notice what it says, Lord of Lords and Kings of Kings. That's another verse link, synchronization link verse with Revelation 19. When he comes in the horse, that's when he will just throw the beast and the kings of the earth and the 10 kings into the fire. So Lord of Lords and King of Kings, that's when it will happen. And those who are with him are called chosen and faithful. Now notice, then he said to me, the waters which you saw where the harlot sits are peoples, multitudes, nations, and tongues, and the 10 horns which you saw on the beast, which actually gives authority to the beast. We just read before that he gave authority to the beast, reigns with the beast, but gives authority to the beast, and reign together with the beast for an hour. This will hate the harlot. Think about it this way: if the horns are hating the harlot, and the harlot is the papacy, why will the horns give authority now to the beast if the beast is the papacy? Do you know what I mean? It's not making any sense. And then he says that the 10 horns uh, will make her desolate and naked, eat her flesh, and burn her with fire. For God has put it into their heart to fulfill his purpose, to be of one mind, and to give the kingdom to the beast until the words of God are fulfilled. And the woman whom you saw is the great city, which reigns over the kings of the earth. Now, the kings of the earth in Revelation 17 context are the seven heads. Remember, the seven heads are also kings. And she's riding over or ruling over the kings of the earth, the seven heads, but not in the time of the very end when the other 10 kings rise, which are the 10 horns, that they will despise the woman. So come with me to Revelation 18. Well, in fact, before Revelation 18, come to Revelation 19 with me. And you will notice that in verse 17, Revelation 19, verse 17, it says this. When the verse 16, he actually tells us about the King of Kings and Lord of Lords, when the Lord will overcome them. Overcome whom? The beasts and the kings. Notice verse 16 on Revelation 19. And he has on his robe and on his thigh a name written, King of Kings and Lord of Lords. The beast and his armies defeated. That's the heading. Verse 17. Then I saw an angel standing in the sun, and he cried with a loud voice, saying to all the birds and that fly in the midst of heaven, come and gather together for the supper of the great God, that you might eat the flesh of kings and flesh of captains, the flesh of mighty men, the flesh of horses and those who sit on them, and the flesh of all people, free and slave, both small and great. And I saw the beast, there you go, that's the beast, the kings of the earth, that in this case, together with the beast, they will be the 10 kings, and their armies. So the 10 kings with the beast and the armies gathered together to make war against him who sat on the horse, not on the throne, on the horse, and against his army. That is the most amazing stupidity created, isn't it? Here comes the creator, and they're going to stop him. They're going to stop him. Then the beast was captured, and with him the false prophet, who worked signs in his presence, by which he deceived those who receive the mark of the beast and those who worship his image. These two were cast alive into the lake of fire, burning with brimstone. Who was cast alive? The beast and the false prophet. Question. This is at the second coming. Where's the woman? What happened to that woman? Well, that woman was made desolate by the 10 kings. We just read it before in chapter 17. The woman was made desolate by the 10 kings. Notice now in Revelation 18 how the woman becomes desolate. I want you to notice something, friends. Notice this. When the beast rises up from the sea or from the abyss, it rises up with the 10 kings wearing the crowns. That is the time specified as they will reign with the beast together just for a short season. They will persecute the saints. There will be an image, and there will be a false prophet that is standing as if it is Christ. But there's no woman in Revelation 13. Why is no woman? Well, makes sense because Revelation 17 tells us that it is actually the rising of the 10 kings. When the 10 kings have authority, that the woman, the harlot, has been made desolate. The harlot becomes desolate. So now it makes sense that in Revelation 13 there's no woman appearing. So what happens to the woman? Now Revelation 18. Look at what happened to the woman. Revelation 18. After these things I saw, after these things, which is after the things on Revelation 17. After these things, I saw another angel coming down from heaven, having great authority, and the earth was illuminated with his glory. And he cried mightily with a loud voice, saying, Babylon the great is fallen, and has come a dwelling place of demons, a prison of every foul spirit, and a cage for every unclean and hated bird. For all the nations have drunk of the wine of the wrath of her fornication. The kings of the earth, these are the seven kings, the 7 heads, remember, which is he's writing, have committed fornication with her, because the 10 kings actually killed her. And the merchants of the earth have become rich through the abundance of her luxury. And I heard another voice from heaven saying, Come out of her, my people. So where is God's people? God's people are in Babylon. Come out of her, my people. Is a woman that has become a harlot. Lest you share of her signs, and lest you receive of her plagues. For her sins have reached to heaven, and God has remembered her iniquities. Render to her just as she rendered to you, and repay her double according to her works, and the cup which she has mixed double for her. In the measure of she glorify herself and live luxuriously, in the same measure give her torment and sorrow, for she says in her heart, I sit as queen, am not widow, I will see not sorrow. Therefore her plagues, they are her plagues, come in one day.